Hey everybody, welcome to another brand new episode of Tech That Doesn't Bite. I am Simon, and today in this video I'm going to show you how to digitize your VHS collection using OBS on Windows. Now I've been getting a lot of questions from my previous tutorial that some of my Windows users are not being able to see the USB capture device when they're trying to add in OBS. They're not seeing the audio microphone input when they're trying to add it on OBS. So I've been trying to mimic the exact same problems that some of my viewers have been seeing, and hopefully this will help. So let's get on to this tutorial. So the first thing you want to do is plug in the video capture device, and when you plug it in, Windows 10 should show this. Setting up a device, we're setting up AV to USB 2.0. Now Windows could use like a kind of like a built-in driver for this device. Now, if you don't see that, you might have to look for the drivers from your manufacturer, and automatically it already says that device is ready to use. So sometimes this process could be like a few seconds really quickly, or last time I did it was probably took me over 30 to almost a minute. I don't know why it took that long that one time, but this time it went by pretty quickly. So we could double check it to make sure that it's properly installed. Just go to your device manager, and under cameras you'll see AV to USB 2.0, and then under audio inputs and outputs we'll see the USB 2.0 mic. So we have the device installed properly. So let's launch OBS now. I am using the latest version of OBS Studios, which is 26.1.1, and right here, let me get rid of this. I'm gonna do a little fresh start. So normally when you have OBS first launch, you'll have two of these input called desktop audio and mic/aux. Now we want to get rid of those because we don't want to accidentally have your mic turned on or record sound from your mic, because it'll go directly into the video, or capturing desktop audio by mistake. So what you want to do is go to settings, go to audio, and for desktop audio you want to make sure it's disabled, and the mic auxiliary audio is disabled. Okay. Now if you're gonna do like commentary over your video using OBS, then you want to have that enabled. But in this case we're just capturing the video, we're not talking about it, we're not going to review it, so I'm just going to disable that. So this is completely clean and slate. So what you want to do now is add our sources. So I'm going to go to video capture device, and then we're going to type in video capture device, or you could leave it as default or type in something that you like. And right here, this is where we will see our device. So I'm going to select AV to USB 2.0. Now sometimes if for some reason you don't see AV to USB 2.0 as your device, here's what you need to do. Go to camera privacy settings and make sure allow apps to access your camera is switched on, because if we switch off, here's what I do. If I switch it off and go back to OBS, okay, I'm gonna add the source again, then the AV to USB 2.0 device will now appear. So now, let me go back to the camera privacy settings, switch it back on, and there you go. I'm able to add our source again. Now here's the part you want to do a little bit different, kind of make some little adjustments. So right here, resolution and frames per second type, we want to keep it in custom. And resolution, try to keep it in 480 by 320. In my previous tutorial, someone pointed out in the comments that we should try to keep the resolution to VHS resolution as much as possible. And I definitely agree with that. And my apologies if for somehow I missed that. And match output, frame rate per second, and it's 30. So right now my device is 30. And video format, you can leave all these other things just the way they are. So there we go. So this is the 320 by 480 resolution, and this is what it looks like right now. We're going to play around with it later. So right now we just add our capture device. Now we want to add our audio. So go ahead, select audio input capture, select microphone USB 2.0 mic. And there's your audio input capture. Now if you don't see the microphone USB 2.0 mic, right click on the volume button on the bottom right, go to open sound settings, and then we want to go to manage sound devices, and we want to make sure that the microphone USB 2.0 mic is not disabled. We want to make sure it's enabled. So now we have that, and we just have a very plain audio mixer. We don't have anything else that might cause issue when we're recording. So now let's make sure in advanced audio properties, I want you to go to advanced audio properties and just choose one track, because we don't need multiple audio tracks for a VHS recording, because most VHS don't have dual audio. It's probably already recorded as a single audio. And right here are a couple settings that you can play around with. Now if you notice that when you're capturing your VHS, when you hit record, the volume might be a bit low. So what you could do is input the level of audio that you want to increase. So right here we want to increase the audio to maybe by 5 decibel or so. Okay, then you can just type in 5. Now okay, you play it back and it's like, okay, maybe it could be a little bit louder, so let's make it a little bit louder. Now sometimes if you feel like it's too loud, you can always decrease it. So that's definitely something for you to play around with. And if you have audio that are out of sync with the video, you can play around with the sync offset. Normally 100 milliseconds should work, but again, play around with the different settings because it really depends on how your video is. So we got that. Now we're about to ready to record, but right here, since this is 320 by 480, well, it's actually going to record the whole thing, but you'll see exactly how it looks like, just like this. So if I press record, play my VHS. Okay. So that's what it looks like right now. So I'm gonna stop the recording. And I'm gonna go to my videos. Okay, and I'm gonna play that video I just recorded. So as you can see, it's only recording that small blue screen. The blue screen's in the middle. But we kind of don't want that, we want it to kind of fill up the screen a little bit. Now, normally I would suggest that you go to your settings, under video, and then play around the settings here. But this is something that didn't really fix the problem for me. So what you can do is right click, resize output, source size. And what happens is the base and the output resolutions will be resized to the size of the current source, which is the current source of the VHS. So we hit, do you want to continue? Yes. And if we look under settings, go to video, we now have 480 by 320, 480 by 320. And if it might be a little bit different if you're in the PAL region, so go by whatever VHS, whatever the capture device is going by in the PAL region. And I believe the PAL region, they use 25 frames per second. So this gives you a little bit more flexibility if you need it. So if we look back right now, here's what it looks like. So it has that kind of full screen effect. So now we have the resolution that we want. So if you noticed earlier when I played the video back, I was able to hear the sound. But what if I want to hear the sound while it's also recording, while I'm also recording? So here's what you do. Go to audio, advanced audio property, and within the audio input capture, under audio monitoring, you want monitor and output. That way you can hear the sound. Now sometimes, if for some odd reason you are getting echo or feedback, go back to advanced audio property and just turn monitor off. Now, the sound is still being recorded, but you just won't be able to monitor the sound live. And also make sure in video, outputs, you want to go to recording. Now to get all these different functionality, you want to go from output mode, from simple to advanced. Go to recording. Now set where you want your video to be recorded, what folders, what path. I will stick with MP4. Again, keep the audio track 1. Hit apply. Okay. And in my case, I do want to hear the audio when I'm recording. So I'm going to select monitor and output. Now I'm going to press play. And I'm going to record. So I stop recording. And let's go back to our videos. And let's play back. So there, ladies and gentlemen, I just captured my video. So one thing I want you to be aware of is that when you're capturing VHS using OBS, it's difficult to capture a true 320 by 240 resolution. That's what VHSs are, because it kind of depends on your device. So if you click on properties and we take a look at my USB capture device, I had it set on custom, and the highest is either 720 by 480 and then 640 by 480, and then the lowest is 480 by 320. Now, if you select by default, the default will be 720 by 480. That might be a little bit overkill to do, VHS capture recording. The problem is that you don't want to, record a high resolution and then kind of upscale it from a smaller resolution. So what we want to do by default is try to keep it, as close to a VHS resolution. So for example, I'm going to select 480 by 320. It's close, but not close enough, but that's the closest. And hit OK. And I already resized my output and source sizes right there. And what I did try was, I even went to my settings, output, video. I even tried maybe maybe I could, change the resolution. I could change it here, but my video capture device, if I even try typing it, there is no image, there's no video feed, nothing. Now if I go back and select one of these resolutions, then that will work. So kind of keep it as close to VHS resolution as much as you can. And again, it really depends on your video capture device. So another question that I get kind of often in the comments is that for some reason their videos look more black and white, and it's not what they usually see from the video itself. And I'm not exactly sure what seems to be the issue. I haven't found a solution to this problem. I don't know if it's OBS itself, or it might be the USB capture card that that specific person is using. And I don't really have a solution for that, a permanent solution. What you can try is changing, applying color effects. So what you could do is right click on the little gear button next to your video capture device, go to filters, and you see right here you can add a color correction. And once you add the color correction, you can play around. Let me show you that right now. So you can play around with the different settings, but I don't know if that's a viable solution, because it might make your VHS look completely different than what you intended to be. So it's a method to try out. If it works for you, that's great. If it doesn't, then we'll have to find a different solution, and I haven't found it yet. So again, if you can think of something, please leave it in the comments below so other people can try it out as well. I hope this tutorial helped you guys in fixing those issues that you've been having. If you have any more questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. And if you guys have any other solutions, please drop them down in the comments below as well. And make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so you get notified of new episodes. And feel free to check out some of the other videos that we've been making. Until next time, have a great day, everybody.